Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. It is the review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S5e and whether you should pick up one in 2020. Now, in my case, I went ahead and picked up one. So let's see what I found out. Now, I've already dropped a number of videos on Samsung Galaxy tablets, so make sure that you check out the links in the description there to those reviews. Now let's go ahead and start up with the design of this baby right here. This thing looks and feels premium. It is super thin, very light and portable, which is absolutely crucial for tablets, right? So that portability is just such a good thing. And I have to admit, Samsung has been doing such a fantastic job on the design of all of these new tablets. Now, granted, this is one from last year, but this thin bezel around has been a really, really nice push. So whether you're looking at the Galaxy tablets from this year or last year, they definitely look really nice. And I'm hoping that they keep this going. What you get here is this rectangular shaped tablet right here with the all metal back that you see there, which I might add feels just very, very smooth, and it gives the tablet just such a sleek and cool look. By the way, before I forget, please do me a huge favor and take just 1 second to hit both the like and the subscribe button there if you haven't done so already. That's a tremendous boost to the channel, and that really is one of the main things that keep this channel, moving forward, and I truly appreciate that. Now, quick tour around the tablet here. You see the power button at the top right there, which also has a fingerprint sensor embedded in, which is just so awesome. I love it when they have a physical fingerprint sensor because generally they are faster and a lot more secure, so a lot more responsive to just have it outside there. Below that, you get the volume rocker up and down, and below that, you get a micro SD card and SIM card slot. Now, at the bottom of the tablet, you have the USB Type-C and a pair of speakers there, and you get another pair at the top, making it a quad speaker setup, which is just fantastic. And you have to keep in mind, these things are tuned by AKG. They sound amazing. And finally, on the other side here, you have the keyboard connector. As I mentioned earlier, you get that uniform bezel look on the front of the tablet here, something that is looking pretty familiar, right? Because we've looked at the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite and also the Tab S6, which have that same type of bezel. And even the new Galaxy Tabs also have that same uniform bezel around the front. Except in the case of the new ones, you have the camera on the side here, whereas with this tablet, when you hold it in portrait mode, the camera is at the top there. And that selfie camera at the top there is an 8 megapixel camera. The quality is pretty neat. It's not bad for pictures at all. But more importantly, it performs pretty well for things like Zoom or just virtual conferences and things like that. All right, so this display here, you get a 10.5-inch screen, which is a Super AMOLED display with 1600 by 2560 for the res. It is such a beautiful high-density panel, as you would imagine coming from Samsung. Very sharp images, and you can play and adjust how you want it to look, or how you like it. And when you have such a gorgeous display, it just makes everything you do on the tablet just so fun and enjoyable, right? It has great viewing angles, by the way. So it's great for movies, going over pictures, watching videos, playing games, and so forth. With very nice level of saturation. The colors do pop very well. Reds are super red and blacks are deeply black. Now let's go ahead and talk specs, and I want to talk about how effective the specs on this tablet are in real life, right? This unit here is the base version. It is loaded with a Snapdragon 670 coupled with 4 gigs of RAM. You have One UI sitting on Android here, and when the tablet came out, it was Android 9 and obviously upgradable to Android 10. Performance has been great so far, especially for a 1-year-old tablet. I'm able to multitask and just toggle back and forth in between multiple apps, changing screen, no issues there, no lags, no stutter, no crashes, like I like to say. It's been just very nice doing some level of productivity work on the tablet. And I will have to specify medium level of productivity. It handles that level of productivity very well. It shows to be very snappy, as I mentioned, when flicking or navigating through apps and web pages. Very smooth scrolling, web pages, and it handles, again, I keep repeating myself, multitasking. It handles multitasking very well. Now, going back to that multitasking, as a matter of fact, the performance on it is great, and you can make use of the DeX feature to push your productivity level even further. Now, with that being said, this is still a mid-range tablet, and as I mentioned already, it's good for medium level of productivity, but if you go too far where you do high productivity, as if you were working, let's say, on a Tab S6, on a Tab S7 or S7 Plus, then you are going to start encountering some stutters. Now, as far as additional features go, this is a mid-range tablet, right? Except it's kind of a higher level on the spectrum of mid-range tablets, kind of higher than, let's say, the Tab S6 Lite, for example. And I'm talking specifically in terms of like the build quality. You know, you have an AMOLED display here, you have a fingerprint sensor here embedded in that power button. Then you have a DeX capability on here, things that the Tab S6 Lite do not have. However, the Tab S6 Lite also does have some things that this particular tablet does not. And one of those things is the S Pen support. This tablet, despite being or feeling premium and looking premium compared to the Tab S6 Lite, does not support the S Pen. So if you are the type that needs the S Pen for your productivity work, then this is going to be a no-go for you, even though it's such a nice tablet. So if you absolutely must work with the S Pen, you have to go for the Tab S6 Lite, and then you're going to lose, of course, the OLED display that you would have here. Now, battery has been pretty great on here. You are looking at a 7,040 milliamp hour battery, which is a decent size battery for a tablet of, you know, this size right here. It's fast charge capable at 18 watt. So it's been lasting the whole day for me with light to moderate level of work, but it's going to depend on your type of usage, right? So with my type of usage, I could squeeze a day out of it. As a matter of fact, if I'm doing light to moderate work, I still end up with some level of battery left at the end of the day. But that is going to be different because of your type of usage, the types of apps that you use on the tablet, and so forth. So it's pretty much all subjective, like I always say. The camera is actually pretty nice, especially for a tablet in this category and price range. As I mentioned already, it does handle Zoom calls pretty nicely. You can see your subject very well, and they can also see you. Selfie camera is definitely something you can work with. Now, overall, here's my take. This thing is definitely a nice tablet, even for the year 2020. But unfortunately, a one-year-old tablet or a one-year-old Android tablet means that you don't have that many more years left as far as software support goes. Now, that doesn't mean the tablet is going to stop working. You know, it's going to continue working, but you just won't have software support after another 1 or 2 years, because Samsung does support these things for at most 3 years. So if you don't mind losing support within the next year or two, then this would be a nice pickup. Also, you have to keep in mind that you'll be giving up the S Pen, right? So if you're looking for something with an OLED display, right, that'll be something like a mid-range with an OLED display, decent level of performance, then this will be the one for it. Now, I'm going to make a video of this against the Tab S6 Lite. So I'm going to continue testing this thing and kind of see which one you should go for. Let's say if you're debating going for either this one or the S6 Lite, and we'll take a look and see how the S6 Lite does against this one. But anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. I hope you found this video informative. Of course, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. I'm going to catch you in the comment section like I always do, and I'm also going to catch you in the next video. And up until then, stay safe out there.